Looks like they might just lose another player here. Because surely he's going to go down. He rotates straight into the next two players with 100 ADR.
Down they go. Out they go again. We were going to lose teams on this hillside eventually, and they will be the first to go. Push and shoot immediately there to follow. As Apocalypse finds one, you can see now Ascent having to try and fend off against Orgless. They want to get this one done with fast, unfortunately. Nate's come through to help them because you do have FaZe pushing up right behind him.
And these have been great injuries coming in from Ascent. Both of these players cleared out. And I think it's just one player left now. And his position is known as well. Bresco's already looking for him. Nates are coming out. He doesn't need anything just yet, but he's only half HP on the other side. So that surely should be the frag he's waiting for. Flash comes through, and that should secure the 4th point early on. It's only FaZe 3 and Ascent are already starting to clean up their edge. There's only one team behind them, and they've already lost a player as well, and that's FaZe Clan.
Scope peeks on over, finds the final as they get the confirm here. I think they would think that Twisted Minds is the last team to make the push on through, but here we go. Lyron sprays on over, spots one, gets the second down as well. As Perfectix falls, nice Orc spray coming through from Lyron to secure the double to push up here and assist him.
This is so interesting. I mean, FaZe Clan essentially has been running through this. FaZe Clan on the lurk. He gets one. He should get the second one as well. And there he goes. He's in shambles right now. And even though FaZe can't get the clutch in the end of the day.
At least one should fall off this. And, yeah, there you go. Look at those go down. In the meantime, now DA finally committing to the wraparound on ADR.
This is so interesting. DA decided to go for that fight. They have every... in that situation, they could very well just stand back and not take this fight just yet because we're not even in the placement zone. But they do want to clear out this edge. They do want to take control of the round. And that's what I like about DA. These kind of split aggressive decisions. First frag goes their way and the flash as well.
Apocalypse trying to wrap on forward as well, as they want to clear out FUT Esports before having to push further forward themselves. But they've taken 2 casualties already, as we're trying to have our eyes on 2 fights here. But does lob a nade on over, find the double with it.
And there we can see HOWL in big trouble. Vard might just have the angle on towards Apocalypse as well. For now, he's going to smoke himself. Just want to potentially just take this gas off the pedal for some reason. They don't want to immediately run into Apocalypse. Maybe they're expecting some kind of push from Park coming in, but now they should hear them fight on the eastern side. And that's part against Exalt. And that might just HC might just give them the opportunity to rack up some more kills because HC has some... yeah, has some vision on that edge, but now HOWL is going to be eliminated first of all.
Which is nice, but Circle, as I said, up towards the northwest, playing in favor of ADI. If they wrap down, taking out RDFS, which is exactly what they just did.
Some knocks have to come out because I don't think they can coexist in this one. And look at that, Exalt has got all the positions. Small smokes are coming out to potentially make some space for FUT. Well, looking at DA, they can't let this fight happen without at least, you know, shooting some shots in that direction, right?
Yeah, a little too worried, I think, of ADR pushing over, but Ferris, well, he made it easy. Just take out all of them with the utility.
And maybe now they can finish the job.
Yep, Ferris peeks on over, finds one again. This is the third party they didn't want to have to deal with, but the issue for DA is they were too slow on the trigger. They didn't pick a fight to take, and therefore, kind of both the fights, or both the teams that were in those fights end up coming to them. It's been a grind for all these teams to try and make the late game here, and I think everyone really has been pretty wounded. As I say, that WINORDIE arguably the one to be the least, as they've been able to shoot at people from afar for quite a while. But Exalt, they've been up close and fighting. The same thing's been the case for ADR. Now, Exalt starting to wrap down that north side, able to find the first one, but they need more space to maneuver.
And Layer's just going to open it up as well. Great nade onto Ferris. The next one comes through as well. It's not going to shut down the knock player, but it's going to deal massive damage towards the surrounding ones. And there he goes. Ooh. He shuts down the knock and knocks another one. And that's Exalt in deep, deep trouble because I'm not sure if they can get these... yeah, if they can get any knocks back. Really, I don't see any sidelines where they can potentially trade this out. Put some shots to the left, and all he needs to do is let the blue zone work in his favor. So Leos is really perfectly positioned right now. All WINORDIE needs to do right now is not lose any players unnecessarily, and Aruzen is in a really bad spot at the moment. Yeah, well, he does manage to find the knock onto Wubuki, so he will be alright for now. But as you're saying, tricky spot to be in. Aruzen does end up going down, as... WINORDIE tried to continue to wrap their way further forward. Extents might actually be able to pick him up here, though, if he plays 1 or 2 good nades to, even if he doesn't get the knock, just kind of force Arch to sit back and heal. He might just be able to go for the rest here. Yeah, he might just. Leusch is being taken down very low as well. Some trades on the west-hand side. Monodog is going to shut down a Goozy, and that's, that might just make it interesting, because now ADR has realized they might just have an advantage pushing this right now. They do at the moment. It's 2 knocks, one of which is Exalt, one of which is WINORDIE. Now Exalt is eliminated. That still means that 100 ADR has got the manage at the moment, and Hurricane, even though he's very low, should get back up to that 100 at least 75 HP in a matter of no time.
Yep, Layers trying to set up close, be that threat up close, and that nade is perfect. It's just Layers left alive now.
My goodness, and Leos, he's so close though. He might just get that first knock. He's spotted though. He's going to take that 1v1. He's going to shut it down as well. And 100 ADR, that one team that only had 6 chances to make it in towards the grand final.
Play from down here and how much trouble you get it. You have to get there fast. And now over towards DA as they take the fight to 100 ADR.
And 100 ADR, they just came off the back of a win in the last game. They might just be shut down here. Marco gets traded though, as there is still 2 players alive on both teams. Xixes has to support maybe from the distance. I'm not sure how far he is. He's going to get traded down as well though. Molotov though in hand. It looks like DA is going to clean this up clean. And they will do so. Only 2 players have been knocked down, but none of these will be flushed. I mean, BBL, that's going to be dangerous having them on their back.
Yep, we'll see now as push and should have come up closer. T-Bone, he's kind of been the one running around from side to side and clearing angles, and he's going to find the first one there. Oh, the second one is going to get the second too. I thought for a second it was going to be alright, because I believe one of the players kind of blocked it off, but not going to happen. Bulldog finding Fate, that's elsewhere on the map, but T-Bone kind of peeked on over, found a double, now backs off. I think that's really all he could hope for.
Man, T-Bone on that solo lurk, he's gonna shut down one. He hits the Molotov as well. That's the crazy part. He hit the Molotov right after the nade, so at least one of these players is about to bleed out now, I do believe. So yeah, one of them has already bled out as more nades are raining in from the other side now. Yeah. This could not get any worse, and Twisted Minds is even gonna breach this dip now. 2 more knocks as Blizzard in. Twisted Minds comes in and shuts it down. So I'm not even blaming them for the try. I still very much like the idea. They won't make it in just as much as DA is going to have trouble making it in through that edge. They will have to breach FaZe, and I think they're just looking for the best entry inside that compound. Yeah. Almost one gets shot down. Oh, James on that nade! James! What have you just done? Perfect timing on that nade against Liren and Marco, and they will go down immediately.
Yep,
what an entry coming in from James.
Able to find the double, and now, I mean, I'm not even sure they can get to correct here. Again, similar position to how kind of FUT was caught, not necessarily off guard, but in a split. FaZe are the same, and Gustav is trying to hold off on one side, while now James and Fex are trying to fend off on the other. I think they have to try and regroup. Yep, Molly off, try and run back and get the rest on up.
There we have it. What kind of miraculous play would that be from DA to potentially turn around the situation? Well, surely that won't be possible. James, we've seen what an incredible nade from him just a couple of seconds ago, but right now he's kind of stuck in that building. Can't really make a low lot with it. Might just speak to the smoke. Oh, he gets the hit as well. Now he doesn't know that because it was through the smoke, but that could have very well been a knock as well. What an entry that would have been, but for now he's going to have to play this one passively.
Well, trying to fend off now, Smash. That is up close, and that is actually the third party that would have helped FaZe. That is now being dealt with by BBL from behind. So James wants to take the fight for himself. Finds one, almost finds Metralias as well, but can't quite get it.
What a peek from James. He will be shut down, but he's not flushed out just yet. Fex with that flash is surely going to push it. And that might just be a very, very easy frag for him. He's not even going to be needed as Gustav gets the last one, if I saw that correctly. So FaZe Clan will eliminate DA. And they will come out of this as 4 as well. Now, the center has always been inhabited by FaZe Clan. Not so much anymore. We are in phase 5, and they will have to make their way in too.
See now over towards WINORDIE because Hirusen finds a double downstairs. Only so many places you can hide from these nades inside. And with the amount of utility WINORDIE had available, they were bound to find one eventually. Goose runs through his own molly. That is not exactly what you want to have happen, but should be able to get healed up on the outside.
Leos, he's been the key player for them in the last round. Maybe he can do something in this one as well. One more flash comes in. One more gets confirmed as well. Leos, I feel like he should have been in more than just that one KD, but apparently he isn't.
Yeah, James does end up going down to the end of blue. Exalt were here on the edge and doing a lot of damage to them as they try to transition on over. I think they hurt the vehicles initially, but as you can see here, FaZe now forced to fight on multiple fronts as well. I'm not sure they're aware of where the pressure is coming in from now.
Ferris hits that first nade. Maybe he's just gonna hit the second one. Gustav, he's none of that 100 HP, so he might just go down with a well-timed nade. But one is going to go back in. Lands a little bit too far, unfortunately. Gustav should know now that Ferris might just be close behind the smoke, but that nade comes in.
Has to join with his foes and wrap around that western side. They're pretty much going to be running straight into what is this upside-down rotation from Entropiq. That nade just blocked off by the vehicle. That could have been deadly, but once again, bouncing off the car.
Samolet Pubg's really got the flick on towards the car hooks, and now BFG is going to be pushing up on this, and they should be. More nades are flying in. No more knocks so far. They are looking for the players on the wrong vehicle, unfortunately. One more Molotov comes in. They will surely clean this out as they need to. They are on the edge. More utilities flying in, but it's only been that one so far. How did that just happen? It is Perfectix, not even BFG, pulling off a miraculous nade, and we saw the first one hitting, and I didn't even know where from, but that second one is going to hit all of them clean off the board. 3 more points going the way of Twisted Minds.
Yep, they had the funnel. They knew how to play it forward. Salty is able to fight the first one, but now Twisted Minds are aware of the push coming through. One goes down from one side. Well, actually, Clip able to fight one. Clip finds the double. So much help coming through. We have more Twisted Minds in trying to stay alive on this onslaught, because they've already taken 2 casualties, and now I think they spotted the last one as well. So thank you, BBL. That's what Twisted Minds is saying. Salute those find the final one.
Wow.
Huge that they're able to stay alive here. Solo person fending off against Twisted Minds, and I think he has just heard the shots, just heard the players come over the top. As one goes through, 80 finds one, as Chris falls down as well. So much utility coming through, and all these teams find knocks in multiple directions.
And this is going to make things interesting. Michael goes down, and now the push from behind comes in as well. Twisted Minds is looking to get in on the action. And with Michael being dropped, as I said, that might just leave one edge open, and that's the one from AfterAlt. And I was saying, I don't think these teams can coexist, but somehow they do. I mean, that's, I want to say 5 square meters for both of these teams, but they haven't eliminated each other so far. As more shots are coming in through, AfterAlt is really in a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah, they sure are. But again, as you were saying, staying alive for much longer than what we would have anticipated. And now able to roll their way further forward. We'll see how long they're able to do so. Smash able to find one, but goes down instantly in return. This is kind of what AfterAlt wants. They want these teams to fight each other. This is not what they want, though, as win or die. Fully committed on the downhill push, but now they're starting to take casualties, too.
And I was saying these teams should trade themselves out, but somehow BBL is not having the last laugh of this, because they still have to be careful of their backside. As you can see, Lou is still being pushed up. They're still pushing up very close, and Rustam still has to be very focused upon this. And look at this, Layers just even going to open the Exalt. WINORDIE there on finish on this one. Michael goes down as well. What is happening? WINORDIE somehow might just turn this situation around. I was saying they're going to be cleaned up, but it looks like it's going to be the other way around. More flashes are coming through, and Footballers on the other side. They might just start getting in on the action as well.
Yeah, just small stab wounds coming through from each side, and just like that, BBL falls. They were never in a position from where they can fully commit to one fight. They constantly just had to try and fend off, but the timing for WINORDIE to peek on over, getting themselves a double while BBL were looking the other way, was absolutely crucial. And now, FUT Esports, well, they have the field. Twisted Minds on one side, win or die on the other. But even though they currently have the better position, it's still impossible to call who's going to come out victorious here, I think.
Yes, because I think Twisted Minds, look how much playing room they have. This is still very much open field, and the ridgeline isn't perfectly here on who's got the advantage. Now, that might just change with FUT finding the entries on towards win or die, but Twisted Minds, they've got a big ridgeline. They could wrap around this and potentially catch one of the FUT players off guard. And with there still being a solo alive, what a nade, by the way. Was there still being a solo alive from win or die, that might just change. But look at this, Twisted Minds not even going to go for this. They're going to try to find that last frag towards win or die, and they will do so. Lou is going to find it with BME trading things out.
Yeah, Perfectix did fall though, so now 3v1. Lou, what kind of magic can you pull off here? Just one smoke to work with as well, as he tries to creep his way further forward. Perfectix is, I think, falling for info now, with more nades being lobbed in. They know exactly where they have Lou. I don't think he wins this one, and no, indeed he doesn't. FUT Esports, they survive the threat. They survive the onslaught from Ascend as they drop onto their building and come up victorious. But that, unluckily for both FaZe and is they're all the case now. Over towards the ERANGEL as they try to take the fight onto pot. Code Marco already able to find the double.
Wow, that's a great entry. Code Marco's looking for the triple. Gets shut down, though, by none other than Hekatori. Who else is going to shut this one down? 2v4, though, as his teammates are reviving, but Leron is not even going to let them any chance.
Yep, back up to the move we go. As now Twisted Minds trying to fend off against BBL. I think they were trying to count the players to see how many were alive in this position, and now realizing they were only 3. They try to make an aggressive play on forward. Issue is they've already lost Rust and Mar, and with the molly now being in the front door, they can't really do a whole lot to try and kind of get any revenge on it.
No, and the sad thing about this fight is right now, it just comes down to who's going to get these kill points, because looking at the circle right now, you're not going anywhere after this one. You're not going anywhere. You're going to get fought by Nadov and his friends. Smash though, can't see, gets 1, gets 2, gets 3! Oh my goodness, Smash! What have you just done with them? Twisted Minds gets annihilated, and all comes down to the shotguns once again.
They are able to accumulate in this one. But in the meantime, they know they have to deal with Exalt eventually, so might as well take the fight now before other teams start peeking over the red lines. Utility used first, but here comes the push.
Oh my goodness, and Ferris is having a key position. It's the second headshot as well. Ferris might... Oh, that's not the right way. I was going to say he might just go for the third one, but it's Chris. It's not even going to be able to take him down as well. Now he's the last one. Position known, and that means Bresco is going to shut it down with a 3K on his own. SSN plowing through that northern side. And yeah, they did lose one player, but now they've got the backs clear, and Ascend with the backs clear, they are still very much in the play for this one. Look at this, FaZe Clan is pushing out.
Yeah, I mean, they have to make a run for something, and if they're seeing a fight happen uphill to the west of them, even if they're only 2 alive, that is exactly what they would have wanted. Apocalypse needs to get something going with this angle. Does manage to find it first, but now he's been seen as well. But Hewitt can't really, I mean, he's gotta chill for now. Get healed up and then wait it out. Nice nade, but no knocks found.
I thought that surely was going to take down all 3 of them, but apparently not. That looked crazy scary coming in from Apocalypse. Once again, he's going to be the stand-in for them today. But yeah, I'm more surprised about FaZe Clan. Look at this, they're pushing out of this. They want to potentially make something happen against DA, and this is so aggressive. I love it. One knock goes out, but they are risking not being able to rotate back into the compound. You can see Vard has already got some pretty wide angles on him as well.
I mean, with Entropiq now up here as well, there's simply nothing they can do. But for FaZe, they need to wrap back now. Now that they realize that Entropiq is up here as well, I think that's what kind of make them say, great, let's disengage. We have the compound down below. We can sit tight for a while. No reason to sprint into the head of more opponents here, especially with the downhill position. Look at Rooks in the meantime. Those spots, one that's salty. Found with his back turned.
Yeah, look at Rooks. Well, no, was that a knock from him? Don't tell me that was a knock from him. How fast was that? I'm not quite sure. I didn't see it in the kill feed. Didn't look like it was a knock from him. But they've got 9 frags as well. We were talking about this. This team can frag.
Yeah.
And if they do get into the position, especially Miramar on these hillsides, I mean, we've seen it against Navi. I don't want to bring up the name again. I'm sure it's going to be PTSD for some of these chatters, some of these fans and watching right now, but I have to. Are you kidding me? Is he on nearly 800 damage right now?
Yep.
That's
and
just completely absurd.
Kills. And
yes,
0 kills.
0 kills. I mean, Michael, got a few for him. We all know it, you know, from the ranked games or the public games, or maybe even esports qualifiers, obviously. Which, by the way, you should sign up for the next ones. Qualification registration is open as BBL is going to get eliminated. One knock from the back, one knock from the front as Ivers is going to shut things down. Both of them going towards Entropiq, but Ace is going to take that position as the next fight comes up, and that is going to allow FUT, as you were saying earlier, to make something happen here against FaZe Clan. Yeah,
FUT Esports waiting for the opportunity to wrap down without any fights happening above them, and now Ghost of those fall to the hands of Vard. He did get a knock in return on Beamy though, so it's really on to Corexi now to try and make something happen before the fight on the hilltop comes to a close. He needs to do it now before the victors of the before the victors of the fight up the hillside is found, because then they'll just all be shot in the back, and I think that's why T-Bone is going, come on buddy, just peek me, we want to get this over with.
Yeah, they will try to finish that fight as fast as possible. Corexi gets a couple of shots, not only from up top, from to the left as well, and they will shut things down. And look at this, this is so interesting to me. Despite Corexi still being alive there, they somehow had the confidence to go for the revive before flushing out that one player. Yes, they did go for the revive, so that means they will have 3 up now. And that also means, since the Entropiq lost 2, they have suddenly having the man advantage. They turned the situation around.
Man advantage, but in no way positional advantage here. The good thing for them is, for now at least, Entropiq and Ascent will have to take this fight to one another, just like somewhat. But if Ascent is able to wrap down towards the east side here, and now they want, okay, they're actually going to fully commit to this fight. I thought they were going to back off and move the other direction, but they're going to fully commit to this fight instead. Entropiq though, 12 kills already, and look at the spread. They've all been there, doing their fair share of damage, and with Mexi finding 1, that should be 13 points guaranteed.
Yeah, since Flash unfortunately not making it that far up the hill, and they will run out of utility, and that's just not the case for Entropiq. I mean, they have 12 frags, they have plenty of backs to loot from, and now Itzkris gets found as well as Nalo hits the headshot. I mean, we are having flashbacks right now from Nalo's performance in the playoffs, and it's been on Miramar as well, but this time around, surely it can't go their way again. 3v2.
Well, Esports won the previous game. We'll see if they can go back-to-back here, as they want to bring 100% win rate to the Mirrors. And they do! They conceded! They're not gonna... Wait, one concedes?
No.
I'm not sure what the play is here. Mexi now goes out as well, but a little hesitant on it initially. Peeks on over, finds the final kill as well, as FUT Esports. Only 6 kills. It wasn't a kill every game for them, but they come out victorious in back-to-back games. Did up to aggress harder early on.
Yes.
Nade.
Same.
But, it's as if, as the first knock came through into neutrality, saying they all the air just went out of the balloon, and now they just sat in each their building without any real chance of kind of covering each other.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Hakatori's gonna find this one. I thought Colt Marco was gonna have that angle for sure, but that's another knock going the way of apart, and that's only 2 players now essentially left alive for DA, and one of them is stuck in that building. Oh, Hakatori! Can you believe it? Finds another headshot. The M249. It's I feel like it's made it viable in competitive play, and suddenly Hakatori is jumping on towards that train. Liren gets flushed out as well. That just means 1 player left alive for DA.
Yep, Levante should be able to stay put as well. As I say that though, Hewitt is able to find him with the molly and might be able to get the flush on him here as well. So none of these confrontations have gone without casualties on both sides.
Yeah, Hakatori pops the nade together with that damage. That might just be, that might just be the end. And love this play from WINORDIE right now. They knew that it was going to be a 2-2 split from AfterAlt, and they're going to breach this. But another breach is happening on the 2 double stacks just south of the Hisnaya dip.
Again, I mean, calling the bluffs here. Calling the bluffs, similar fashion to what we were just saying with AfterAlt. The difference is that Orgless weren't, ready for it. Orgless weren't ready to reposition, and now Weston trying to defend here alone, and only now are the teammates coming in to help. It's just simply way too slow.
Oh, he pops out the nade. Naylor was gonna use that to his advantage, and yeah, I was confused for a second. I thought that there wasn't a split going on from Orgless, but there was, and that makes the breach from Entropiq now really well executed. There is one down. I think that's Mexi, but they do have the compound under control. I don't even think this is worth it anymore for Orgless.
Nah, they have to back off. They already have the position. Issue is they had the position. Now they left it to go and fortify, and because of it, HOWL is wrapped up behind him, and ADI is coming over the hilltop too. Ono thinks this is still safe, but look at this. HOWL has just claimed it.
Yeah, I mean...
That was just poor execution from Orgless there.
Unfortunate. I mean, both of these positions were just immediately taken. These teams right now are playing this circle so incredibly fast, and I love it.
Seems like they're fully committed to the east side now, which they rightfully should, because as you can see here, Twisted Minds is right next to them. So FUT should be able to get the reset and take the next fight. Issue here for BBL is, though, they're going to be visible on multiple fronts, and now Batulin's able to find Clip early.
The question is, do they expect Smash up there? Oh, the support from way further back actually is there. Not only from his teammate, but from Entropiq in the distance as well. And look at that. Even Klim is going to get that that flush on towards Clip. Not even Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds, they still do have that edge, though. In their backs, doesn't even matter, though. Michael brings things back. Smaru's there to trade things out, and they will be eliminated. BBL just did not think hard enough about this fight.
Full control of the north side.
But the more the zone moves, the more free room, the more space SN is going to have. But looking over towards that southern side, FaZe Clan is going to have to fight themselves. How they already are. They've been so clean on these fights. I mean, they have almost won 2 games as well. They did have the chance in the second one as well, but it didn't just quite happen. In this one, they're going to be successful as well, man. They are just clean on these edge fights. I'm not sure how clean they are doing this, but man, it's incredibly clean.
Yep, sure is. Now you can see here FUT Esports with Ascent already down and out. Don't want to deal with even more teams. Only 2 kills so far, but plenty of damage already, and now much more space obtained from the FUT squad as they just continue the onslaught up in the north. Right now, I think they just have to wait it out.
I think so too. One more nade comes in. WINORDIE from the backlines have arrived as well. They want to find points. And so far, they've only found a knock, unfortunately. As Ironic is going to pop out a nade that might just do it. It looks like it's pretty well thrown. Goes far enough. And Guzi goes down. WINORDIE is eliminated in 8th place. And that means, for FUT at least, it's only really Entropiq and Twisted Minds in this round to worry for in terms of still finishing in 1st place after this game.
Yeah, it's very good for them. Clip tries to peek up and over. AfterAlt coming off to a pretty tough start today. Sure has turned things around in this game. Good 7 kills. No casualties so far, and just take us left to find down below. Can't quite get the angle behind that US though.
Yeah, I mean, he's just waiting for his teammates at this point. Doesn't even need to. Ibaku finds both of these players. Bitfix Gaming eliminated in 6th place as well. And after all, I really like this. They kept their composure. They waited for the right moment, and then they strike. And FitPix, they're out.
Yeah, down they go. As FUT try to stay alive in what has now become a much more clustered area. And you can see here, Lou and Spiro
Rosa
making it look easy. As
Look at this.
falls there in the end. Oh, this is such a tough angle.
Yeah, I felt like he was going to peek this as well and potentially shot down Beamy too. Now his position is known. The Rosa peek not happening just yet.
It is an AWP though. Even though it ain't a crate drop anymore. It still packs a pretty damn decent punch. Issue is so does Nates, and Beamy, well, he is in trouble.
Yeah, you see Spyro there. Spyro could play around just a second longer and he does it. And just like that, he's made it into the smoke. Man, that was some really good play coming from Spyro that he was able to survive there. Beamy turns around though, takes down Schengen, gets shot down though by Hibaku, who's just arrived inside the safe zone as well. And after all, they want to have a say in this round.
Yeah, look at this for Twisted Minds. 11 kills, no casualties, and they keep ragging them up. After all, those managed to find 2 more, so they make their way into double digits as well with their 12th kill this match. And Entropiq alive here as well.
Yeah, definitely. I was kind of skeptical of the rotation that Push and Shoot was doing. I mean, they were here phase 3. Let me remind you, phase 3. While Bitfix was still on the western side, but after all, still had that 2-2 split, and they still are alive in phase 7. Somehow that car fort really paid off, but only in terms of placement points, because as you can see, they're still with now. Okay, well now 11 points total in 13th place. I'm not sure if it's worth it after all.
If they did, I don't think Batulans would be playing so aggressive right now. When do you start
goodness.
shooting? When do you shoot? And when do you find the knock? Lugarux goes for the first one inside. Goes for perfecting Safner. Huge double for him to take them both down. That is the entire east side of this circle. Lost control of, but Spiro has a response.
And he's gonna take one down with a Groza as well. Groza on hand has been an absolute key for them in this round. One more knock coming out from Lou, and it is the AOG as well. And suddenly, it's a 2v1, and it's all down to Lugarux to make this happen. He's got the ridgeline, he's got the circle, he's got some time to play around as well.
Only 16 bullets for Spiro as well to utilize, as this one is going to go right down to the wire. Lewis flanked off, as you said. I'm not sure if I like this. I think Lugarux as well now is starting to realize, wait, they're spread out, but he's currently looking downhill. Little does you know that Lewis setting up what could be a game-winning backstab here.
So he's just got the information again. Now the shots come through. That should probably give Lou enough breathing room to potentially push this now. I think he sees him, yeah. So his team has probably communicated that he's got the knock, and there he goes. He shuts him down. And Twisted Mind with a 20 kill win. Can you believe it? Will shut down game number 4, and they will overtake FUT by 2 points. How absolutely absurd is this one? We've seen a back-to-back chicken dinner, and FUT is still not in first place.
They're already now setting up their emergency pickup, just because, I mean, having to jump in the water now would be terrible if this next one swings south. If it goes north, I mean, if it hard shifts north this next circle, they're going to have a really, really good position to play from too. So I don't necessarily mind this. It's only about the timing.
They are very much looking forward to this. Are you kidding me? FaZe Clan is even breaching this one. After all, this is in whole loads of trouble. But this breach doesn't look too clean as of right now. Both of these teams still struggling to get any knocks in. I'm saying that, but Fex, look at this. Finds the angle, knows Klim is up in flames, and takes him down.
I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? They found the first one, that's what I was saying before. They find the first 2. Now, even if they do have to play into the north side, they know that there's only 2 sat in this position. And with how they're breaching it, it's very limited what other teams can really do to engage. So now, as soon as they can deal with the player...
If they're flying up right now, it doesn't happen fast enough. So, playing that split from Bitfix, not going for any position whatsoever as a full 4-man is going to be dangerous.
Oh, Hurricane, you gotta get out of the vehicle. It's gonna explode, and Braxco is gonna find himself a double because of it. Now, Killikai did get knocked. I feel like Killikai's been the one getting knocked early in all these fights for since today. A little unlucky. Mika, though, applying a lot of pressure, trying to see if they can get their teammate back alive.
Yeah, Killikai just can't be flush here. They have too good of a position. And especially since they're only in 6th place, I want to say only 6th place, 25 points, they need to use this round to make something happen. They want to, so Killikai not going flush here is very crucial.
Yeah, because he Twisted Minds. They tried to land in the exact same spot that WINORDIE were in, but they were ready for it this time around. Having just landed here themselves, they were ready for a potential fight coming to them. And let's now see, with only Harusen knocked, if they can come out victorious.
Yeah, WINORDIE is still fighting for this one. There's a nade going down. These yellow buildings, they are troublesome. Oh,
what?
Okay.
What?
That
It
was
landed behind the chair.
Yeah. That was
What
the
is that chair made of?
Steel. I was gonna say that's surely not something from the IKEA, but either way, Uzi's gonna try to get that frag. Lou expects him though. Lou shuts him down. What kind of flake is that? Are you kidding me, Lou? Come on, you're not supposed to win those. But he does it anyways. One more nade coming in, so he has to throw his out of the window without any real damage himself, but he's gonna stay alive at least.
Yeah, they want to like get this one confirmed as fast as possible, though. Don't want to have to wait around much longer. They want to get this fight finished up so they can focus on what's happening around them. You see Chris already now started to look in this direction. They do not want to get third party. Extens almost blew himself up there.
Yeah,
the nade for a bit too long.
I think actually he would have blown himself up if the nade didn't just explode outside the door, so it kind of like, although outside the window frame, so it kind of blocked like half of the damage. But yeah, he's gonna stay alive. That would have been, we had him on cam as well. We couldn't have made any excuse for that either.
Let's see now how they're sneaking their way forward. Killiak is once again the first one to be found. Good thing for Brexco is that he's instantly there to respond. Schofield though has an answer in return too. So now Chris, Brexco, what can you do? That's the only two alive here as HOWL start wrapping their way further forward.
They needed Chris in this fight. He's still left alive. Mika's gonna bleed out any second. And there he goes. Second knock. That's what they need. Maybe they can turn this around. Brexco needs Chris up on top of the ridgeline. They do have the advantage. Just judging by the high ground. Brexco spots him out. Schofield goes down. Can they really turn this around? This will be absolutely absurd. And Spectral still sneaks around. He doesn't even wait for it, Chris. Look at the confidence on him.
Yeah, sure would be crucial. Incredibly convenient should they be able to come up with victorious here. They were the ones to get ambushed initially, but a good kind of swivel as Corexi finds two on pod. That's elsewhere on the map. Now just one more left alive. The man on his own tries to find one, but uses Schofield as bait as he gets the first. Now Chris, full speed, he goes up close. He wants to not only get the kill, of course, on the map, but also get Brexco back up alive.
Well, look at that. The flashes are coming out. Itzkris doesn't have that good of an angle on map and should be spotted now by the sound cues by Brexco. Itzkris tries to make the run back. Somehow he isn't being spotted. I feel like those sideline would have been there, but he's going to leave Brexco at the moment. It's still only it's still 14 teams left alive. 6 more teams need to die to even get the replacements. Chris turns around. Matt somehow makes it happen. And HOWL eliminates Ascent on that edge. And what I was talking about, Ascent finally having a good position to win something, is not going to happen. They will be shot down on HOWL, even though with a single player is still standing strong in this one.
I like the awareness of Chris expecting there to be a team pushing from behind. Little did he know there was absolutely no one there, so he could have fully committed to it. In the meantime, shoreline brawls. Not something we see too often, but FUT Esports were on the shore for... Ooh, okay, I see you. FUT Esports were on the northern shore for a while Push and Shoot were in the water, but they somehow swam past them, got up to the shoreline, and are now shooting them in the water. Not sure exactly how that one unfolded, but they missed one. Good thing for T-Bone is that he turned around. Gonna be alright for now as FUT Esports continue to rack up points here in first place. Lou, though, will go down, and so will Twisted Minds in 12.
He's in whole loads of trouble because they are too, but then again, they do have some pretty strong Chaz in there, so, I mean, who knows what's gonna happen.
Needs to win. They need any kind of win. Doesn't necessarily have to be the chicken dinner. Just a fight going their way. A successful rotation coming their way. But now, as they're being hesitant in this push on forward, they're starting to get shot in the back.
I feel like the Molotovs could have used it a little bit better. They did have more than one, but they're going to throw them in one by one. But the nades are enough. And now comes the Molotov. I'm going to take all of that back. That's great utility play coming in from Orgless as Honor gets the first entry.
See if that nade finds anything. Yep, there you go. Unable to find the second. Nice play. We'll see now. First ones to move is going to be D8. I would imagine that they just kind of fortify position on the southern side and maybe stop in and around, like, just over on the other side of the road. But they need to take the fight for Exalt. They're just going to commit to the shack here.
Interesting. The thing I was wondering,
the entry is on the wrong side, though. Well, FUT Esports forcing Entropiq down on their bellies, not being ready for this Exalt push at all, and great timing for Exalt, for Moldog as well to lob that nade on forward.
And now, maybe now, footballers could come into this as well. T-Bone is going to see one of these flushes, and that's what I'm talking about. Both of these teams making a move on towards Entropiq at the same time, and that entry from Molotov was absolutely crucial.
I'm loving the time push here. T-Bone, the initial pressure applied. Molotov spots him through the side. T-Bone finds the other. FUT Esports, 10 kills in this match. Once again, they have 2 wins back-to-back at that on Miramar already. They almost came out victorious in the previous ERANGEL as well, and now here they are once again.
And no one's got main advantage anymore with Exalt having a knock down low. Artix got spotted. T-Bone, how are you doing this? Gets the headshot on him and maybe just the second one. Beamy follows it up against Molotov. His killing spree is over just like that. And at least Fair is left alive in a very dire situation with 3 men only. Football is just once again doing miracles clearing their edge.
Now pushed with the back against the blue. Because Clip and Smash were able to push forward, they now have the dot. They now have the best position. They can just lie prone down this hillside and wait it out, but there's still plenty of utility on the side of FUT Esports. They need to deploy some smokes now. They need to start using some of these nades, some of these mollies to isolate angles.
Yes, it's only one Molotov from Clip, but that could be very useful depending on... Oh, Smite's got another nade! Smite's got a nade! And Smash is going to throw that over the ridgeline. If that pops well, it might just take one down. T-Bone! Oh, only 12 damage! Clip is now being spotted. T-Bone has no idea! And that lurk does seem to be very useful. But Varda's going to try things out. Smash will be the next one as well. Oh, another one! And suddenly it's a 2-on-1.
Just like that. Just one on his feet. They haven't gotten the flushes on the other ones just yet, but it's just Rustenmar trying to fend off against both the players. On the other side, Rustenmar finds the first. Will Beamy be able to bring this one home in a 1v1? It's just one left alive, and he does it! Able to take him out, and 20 kills again!
Clip.
The bolt.
Oh.
The bold action maniac strikes again.
Oh, look at this now. Oh, the setup is perfect. Howl is inside the dip. I don't think they have any idea. Surely these nades are going to hit. First one goes down. Second one pops immediately right beside them. Takes down Elijah as well. And they are dead, as you said. I mean, that was just an easy one to predict. But still, WINORDIE making that move. I love it.
Huge. Absolutely huge. They get themselves more space to play around. And here comes BBL. Full speed forward. Michael already gone down. Now Rustenmar falls as well. Great hold here from Mexia. Smash finally. A bit of retaliation coming through. Clip finds one as well.
And they're turning this situation around. Suddenly, is this a 2v2 with BBL still being very much grouped up, and they should know where both of these, at least one of these players is coming in from. Smash, can he hold up some more? He headshots Luca Rooks, but Evos gets the trade, and it's a 2v1 now.
Back and forth, these heavy hitters keep swinging. But Clip needs to defend while these resses are coming through, and now FUT Esports start going, oh, any 3 points down here for us to take? Thank you so much. T-Bone charms in, takes one. I don't expect them to be able to stay alive, but speaking of fortifying, well, that's exactly what I hope to see on Radiado now, as FUT Esports are pushing up close, and here comes Vard with the first one.
And we gotta talk about Vard. He's been so on point throughout this thing as well. He gets the first one, takes out Wabuki, Aixa gets traded though, but he is in a kind of a safe spot, I want to say, just behind the house. Look at Beamy's position. He's very good at covering any potential pushes that could come out of these buildings, as Vard is trying to use these nades furthermore to his advantage. Shurian hasn't been spotted for now.
FUT Esports have been completely unstoppable today, and Vard ain't done fighting yet. Now he does fall, so as I say that, as a matter of fact, he is done fighting, but Hurricane, hello! Get the first nade before you transfer. Fortunately, Hicks is there to take out T-Bone, but he's just a solo left alive now.
Oh my goodness, unfortunately that was on cam. He missed some really important shots to get the nade and the Molotov.
Too much pressure on them. They have to leave this position, but they're going straight from one fight, potentially right into another. As Clip spots them from above. No knocks coming through just yet. Actually, as a matter of fact, Kilyakai able to get the double up the hillside, but I think the damage is already done at this point. Kilyakai solo player now left alive, but look at BBL. As soon as they peek over, they get demolished. And they go out first.
Yes, and they just got demolished from up top. Push immediately realized that BBL was caught off guard very fast. They might have just... Yeah, maybe they should have just let Ascent pull up down there, but I'm not even sure if that was the right position. I feel like they were doomed either way. And Ascent only going to get 1 kill point out of this as well. The rest was stolen by Push 2, so even these 2 knocks not going to help Ascent either. BBL and Ascent just, I mean, essentially taking each other out of this round.
Yep, and look at that. T-Bone once again able to apply pressure, but that's again on that western side, and now Twisted Minds. Knowing that they have a bit of a jump up to that first place, they need to start racking up points, but slowly playing it on forward. They know they have WINORDIE on the other side of this ridge, and they need to play it very careful with them over there.
Let's see what Twisted Minds can do with this one. FaZe Clan has had good positions so far in a couple of these zones, in a couple of these games, but haven't been able to capitalize on towards it. Maybe this is the difference maker.
Esports have managed to smoke off, managed to isolate themselves. 8C goes down, and you know what? Over that nade, so does the rest of them. Hagatori finds the triple, 1 nade lopped on over. Beamy falls as well. Hot on one side, Twisted Minds on the other. Extends the spot. The first one down goes perfect. Nix finds the second as well. As Spiro falls, has a molly to work with. Ups to go for the flash though. As he peeks on over, you have a molly, you gotta lob it on forward. There's only one spot these guys can be in. You got to try and see if you can force them off that rock.
Accents doesn't want to use his Molotov just now. Now he's going to throw it if that pops perfectly. Oh, it's going just behind the rock. If that spreads just enough, Twisted Minds is in a big trouble, but they're not going to even survive that. Somehow the Molotov doesn't touch Liu either, and he's still got that one chance. Still, that might just be spectator back. Don't worry. Liu's not shooting into the ground, but he's still headshots. He's still headshots rocks, and that means the Advantage in a 1-on-1.
Yep. Not looking good for the likes of Twisted Minds. It's just one player. That is what he can do to you. It's going to be close. Is it going to find anything, though? No. A bit too far off the side. Lou, though, in the meantime. A lot of damage coming through and towards him as FaZe has now opted to go full aggressive here.
I love it. I love it. FaZe wants to get a piece of the cake on this northern edge. And this is exactly the moment they need to push out of. They should know that both of these teams are down to one player. Lou gets spotted. James doesn't want to risk dying here, as he could be flushed immediately. So, yeah, Corexy's there to greet him, and Lou will be flushed out by FaZe Clan.
On their side, Salt now down the hillside. He comes. Does he find anything with this rotation? No, it's going to be Shinken to find the first one. Marco able to get the Duffel out of the backside of it, but he does get taken out. So maybe some res is possible here for push and shoot. But as I say that, nope, FaZe is finding them instantly.
Yeah. So I think he's just got that information now, right? Yes, and together with Gustav, he forwards that, gets the first one, now the second one should follow. This is prime play by FaZe Clan. This is the tactics that we were looking for, and FaZe Clan wipes that edge, and that means they are in a prime spot to finish off this game strong now. Now, they do not have to forget Exalt. Teams might even go for that next body because he still needs more utility. Then is now trying to walk. Oh, good shots from Fex coming in.
That is a great molly to isolate him. I don't necessarily know if that was what James was trying to do with it, but it landed perfectly in order to do that. And that nade should be the downfall of him. No, as a matter of fact, able to stay put for a little while, but Ferris able to take him down. And now it's a 4v4. But look at this. Gustav has claimed center position in this circle. Now, there is still one shift left. Now, as the circle is closing in, they're just going to wait for the compound to be shifted out of.
He didn't see Fate. He didn't see Fate. That's I think that could be massive for Fate, that he didn't see him. And Fex is more... As I said, he's playing more of a spoiler. He's staying very still. He could get headshotted very fast if he isn't careful. Now Artis comes out with a nade. Oh, immediately gets shut down from Corexy, but he is not down yet to the smoke.
Now the smokes are starting to be deployed on both sides. Here, Fate finds Fex. That is one flank taken out. I love that Art just, did everything he could to attract the attention with the smokes and everything. Fex peaks, potentially over peaks, and now one falls down. That is the opening. That is the access for Exalt to push forward here. But James instantly there to respond.
Yes, and look at that lurk from Gustav. He finds one after James already opens it up. And I think him taking out Fade must have signalized the rest of the team that was the furthest east player. And that's why Gustav can take this space and lurk all the way around. But he didn't find anyone just now.
He has to move now, though. He's still far off to the side. If this fight ends up kind of happening on the southern side, Gustav isn't going to be there in time to assist. So he needs to start wrapping forward if he wants to have an impact here. Fortunately, that is exactly what he has done. But the resist does come through on to Exalt. But for FaZe, not quite the case. Oh,
this might change everything. As soon as his smoke dissipates, he's only got these Molotovs, and then he might just be greeted by 3 players, and they're all healed up now. That knock didn't even matter anymore. Gustav finds the first one. Surely they're going to peek him together now. Gustav has to go down. What? Oh my goodness! James from up top, together with Gustav, shuts down 3 players immediately, and suddenly the situation is once again head up, and FaZe Clan will keep it clean.